years ago when college humor was actually funny, I used to spend hours going through photos and GIFs when I should have been working, meaning I got paid to laugh. That was great. But I don't have that job anymore, and college humor has gone to shit. And I can find no better example of this harsh truth than this short lecture on the non-existence of alpha males, presented by a guy called Adam Ruins Everything. And by that, I assume he's referring to the assholes of little boys. Let's get into it.
You make me laugh, Adam, which is weird because you're
a fucking spastic?
not really my type. I usually go for alpha males.
That's not weird at all, because in humans, the very idea of the alpha male makes absolutely no sense.
Whoa, Adam, you're taking that rejection a little far, aren't you? She's like, nah, you're not really my type, and he comes back with, yeah, well, your type doesn't exist, you stupid bitch. Rein it in, man.
What do you think an alpha male is?
A confident, assertive leader who knows what he wants and always gets his way.
And those will be the reasons you give when you leave him. Confidence turns to arrogance, leadership becomes controlling, and always gets his way will be always has to have his way. And what the fuck is going on with Adam's hair? It goes up like 2 inches. Did he style it that way so he's tall enough to ride a fucking roller coaster?
You know, somebody who says things like, get swole and muscle milk and hi, I'm Vin Diesel.
Ah, there we go. Vin Diesel, the man who looks like a cross between a turtle and an egg. Brilliant example, though Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would have been better.
Oh, so like this guy. What up, freaks? Name's Alpha Adam. I'm confident, straight up banging, and if you think women don't love me, I'm gonna debunk the F out of that myth.
Bloody hell, Adam, your hair is exactly the same, but with a fucking Superman curl. Are you seriously that short that you have to stack it to look like a fucking ice gem? And is that a chest wig?
Attraction to alphas is genetic, comes from nature. I'm like the alpha wolf, the leader of the pack.
Ah, Fonzie, that would have been a good one too. Anyway, no, the attraction isn't genetic, but rather an instinctual attraction to those genes. A strong mate means strong children with a higher chance of survival. We like to think we're all sophisticated and shit, but we've still got the same wiring we had thousands of years ago.
Hell yeah, I'm bleeding.
Yeah, out of your cunt. You're not being an alpha male, you're just acting like a cock. Big difference.
Well, all of that is wrong, because alpha wolves don't exist.
What the fuck? We're talking about wolves now. The even more dickheaded incarnation of you mentioned it once, and now it's the basis of your whole argument? That is so much of a straw man that it's closer to masturbation than anything, Adam.
In fact, the term alpha wolf was disavowed by the very scientist who popularized it. The story starts in 1977.
What the actual piss are you? We're going back to 1977 so you can talk about a guy who studied wolves and that's somehow going to connect to men who are confident and domineering? Mate, you are going a long way to complain about why you don't get laid.
While doing research in a national park, a wildlife biologist named L. David Meach seemed to observe that one wolf emerged as the dominant male.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Adam, you're comparing apples and testicles here. You got some poor sod to make an animation so you can say it's good to be a cuck.
Aha! One wolf is the dominant leader, the big wolf daddy. That's the alpha wolf.
Ah, yes, alpha was never used before that, was it? It was coined in 1977, not ancient Greece.
He wrote a book on the idea, and it became a media sensation.
Alpha wolves are real, and I love them, and I bet humans are like this too.
Ow, ow, ow! Hold on, you're telling me people went nuts over a book on wolves? I mean, it's hardly Harry Potter, is it? And actually, Adam, I think you'll find that particular book was originally published in 1970 and reprinted in 1981 with the new cover, so I don't know where the fuck you got 1977. It's amazing how much you can get wrong with a big budget, isn't it?
But 20 years later, Meach tried to replicate his research in the wild. And when he did, he realized he had made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, if he'd known you were going to use his research to prove absolutely fuck all, he probably wouldn't have bothered.
Those aren't dominant wolves, those are mommies and daddies. Wolves don't have an alpha hierarchy at all. They're just parents.
Well, whoopee shit. There are still animals that do have a pack hierarchy, though. I have no fucking idea why you're focusing on wolves or talking about animals at all. They're not people, Adam. I really shouldn't have to say that.
I must alert the masses.
Meach renounced the term alpha wolf and spent years trying to get his own book taken off the shelves.
Okay, no more alpha wolf. That's fine with me. I've no problem with that. But what has it got to do with Vin Diesel and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Stop reading this. I vent you lies. Alpha wolves aren't real.
But it was too late. The term had taken on a life of its own.
Sure, popular culture still perpetuates the idea of wolves having a pack leader, even in things like Twilight and Underworld. But alpha males are still very real, mate. Alpha females are real. You aren't proving a damn thing.
And we haven't stopped using it since.
Fucking hell, I'll have one of those, barkeep. Make it a triple, yeah?
So alpha wolves are just parents. Huh. I guess my therapist was right. I really do have daddy issues.
Now she's talking about wolves. Why are people talking about wolves? The guy mentioned it once as he was walking in, and it's become the foundation for the entire video. What the hell is going on?
Nah. Maybe there's no alpha wolves, but I know crap too. Alpha males are found in chimps, our closest genetic relatives.
Closest genetic relatives. Have you never met your parents, mate?
Weird. You are more aggressive than me, but also wronger.
Ah, it was a joke. But Adam basically admitted to being wrong, just not as wrong as the other Adam.
First of all, chimps aren't our closest genetic relatives. Bonobos are.
Oh, who gives a fuck? They're all monkeys, aren't they? And the bonobo used to be known as the pygmy chimpanzee. So even though you actually set yourself up to look all smart, you failed. I guess all that hair gel's rotted your brain.
And bonobos live in a matriarchal society.
Excuse me, you're in my way.
I would slap a bitch. Hold on, what we got here then? Some kind of Asian, and black. And you have her in a skit about bonobos? I'd love to have been at that production meeting.
You're basic.
Okay, whatever.
And now they're white. Looks like someone walked out, doesn't it? I wonder why.
Those bonobo broads don't mean nothing. In chimps, the alpha male is the most dominant, most aggressive bro. And that means he has first access to food, resources, and of course, mates.
Well, I've learned a lot about the animal kingdom, but I've still not learned why you're talking about it. It started off with Adam getting told he isn't the kind of guy this bitch normally goes for, and then it went off on a tangent of epic fucking proportion. They're actually talking about monkeys right now.
Hell yeah, baby. All right. Not exactly. Contrary to popular belief, in chimps, the most aggressive male doesn't always become the leader.
Fucking 3 minutes into the original video, and we've talked about wolves, bonobos, and chimpanzees, and all we've really learned is college humor shouldn't be using either of those fucking words.
Smaller, more mild-mannered males can actually become dominant by doing favors and obsessively grooming other chimps.
Now, does that sound dominant to you, Adam? Or does it sound like being someone's bitch? Oh, like you know the difference. Look at you. You're like a chubby Leonard Hofstadter.
Excuse me, you seem to have something in your hair.
Thanks. Oh, hey, let me ask you, what do you think I should do with my life?
Anything but this, Adam. Anything but this.
Wait, whoa, what am I doing? Get off of me!
See how that guy scuttles away like a scared kid? So, Alpha.
I am the strongest, most aggressive male, so I am the alpha, now and forever.
No, you're not.
Out of the entire human race? No, of course not. That title probably goes to Colin McGregor. I mean, it really comes down to who can beat the shit out of who, doesn't it? Anthony Joshua isn't aggressive. In fact, he's probably the nicest guy in the world. But if he told me to get out of my chair so he could sit down, I'd fucking do it. You'd fucking do it.
Unlike chimps, human social hierarchies are constantly in flux. So you might be the dominant male here.
No, he's not, Adam. He's still you, just in a different suit and somehow even shitter hair.
But if you were playing Dungeons and Dragons?
He'd still be the same person he was in the bar, just now playing Dungeons and Dragons. Do you think we change according to our setting, Adam? Like I'm a lovable drunken uncle right now, but when I go to the shop, I turn Chinese.
It's your turn. Hello? What do you want to do?
I attack with my sword.
Well, that's stupid. You don't even know what you're attacking. You just appeared there. You don't know what's going on. You could be in a marketplace right now and you're gonna carve up a merchant. Careless talk costs lives, Adam.
Your sword? You are a magic user. Do you see a sword on your character sheet?
Oh, fucking hell. Your character sheet was right in front of you, you dickhead.
No.
Well, then you can't attack with a sword, can you, freak?
So, college humor is implying this guy here is the alpha of this particular group. And that dynamic hasn't changed even though someone stronger and more aggressive has joined. I call bullshit, and I'd knock that cunt out.
Unlike animals, no one is the same type of person in all situations.
Wait, so animals are always the same, are they? In all situations? Fighting, fucking, eating, it's all the same. A dog protecting his master from an attacker is the same as when it's being petted by a toddler. Get the fuck out of here, you haven't got a clue.
Human society is much more complicated than that. So to say that this guy is an alpha male or that guy's a beta male makes straight up zero sense.
Well, that's exactly what a beta would say. An alpha is someone who's dominant in a particular group, so no, it makes plenty of sense actually, but let's all listen to Adam because wolves.
Whatever, nerd. The most aggressive male gets the most aggressive tail. It's true forever because it rhymes.
Oh, and there's no such thing as a smart alpha male according to this. Dominance means lack of intelligence, and being weenie means you're smart because traits were handed out evenly like that, weren't they?
Actually, research shows that agreeableness, kindness, and generosity are among the strongest indicators of a long, happy relationship.
And yet you're still not that woman's type. You're making such an effort to act like the people that aren't interested in you are the problem. You're basically whinging that no one will sleep with you right now.
Oh, eat my feet. Those are beta traits.
Oh, well then I guess betas are the alphas of love.
But you just said saying someone's alpha or beta makes no sense. A 5-minute video where you talk smack about chimps and then you end up using the same fucking terminology. You aren't even beta, mate. You're gamma. Actually, no, that made the Incredible Hulk. You're delta.
Enough lies. I am the alpha. I am your god.
Saved by a girl.
Leave Beta Adam alone.
Delta. He's Delta Adam now.
You saved me. Also, just Adam is fine.
The only time anyone ever said Adam is fine is when Adam fucking said it. And despite the objection, explanation, and animation, you're still going home alone, mate. You'll be jizzing into a sock before the night is through. Your best bet is to find a nice girl who doesn't mind a man who spends hours on his appearance and yet still looks like a sex offender on his way to court. So there we go, guys. Proof that if you throw enough irrelevant facts at someone, they still won't fuck you. Thanks for watching, guys. Please consider becoming a patron to help restock my date rape cupboard. The link is in the description, and remember, if you can't beat them yourself, beat yourself off.